Let's go to the skills screen. So this is basically the perk tree. We have 5 points available for leader class to spend. Now, you can have multiple leaders, and you can assign this. The perk tree applies to every character of that category. So you don't have to individually level up the perks for a class. They're global. There are 3 different columns. These are like generalization specialties. Neutralizer, Sentinel, and Rally Master is for the leader, whereas Butcher, Gunner, and Soldier is for the Commando. Then the Enforcer has Frontliner, Bruiser, Defender, Surveyor, Analyst, Pyrotech, and Devourer, Brute, Labrat. That other screen you saw where you spend points is weapon systems and getting better at using specific weapon systems, giving you improvements to accuracy, damage, crit chance, things like that. This is special abilities. These are perks or special abilities for each class of character that you've got. Revenant hasn't been brought up. There's 4 main Merc classes: Leader, Commando, Enforcer, and Tactician. And then there's the Revenant. So Revenants are literally zombies. They're zombies that are on your side. You create them through acquisition of body parts in the lab over here, and they can become an actual character and have their own perk trees and their own systems of play and so on. They're really cool. I enjoy them quite a bit. We had a good time with our Revenant. Was it Mort? I think our Revenant was Mort the last time I played. So they're good fun, but they're kind of a separate thing, and we won't be able to get to them for a while. Yeah, we got elite stuff. There's elite perks, and there's the fame button and the fallen button. We'll get to that stuff. I'm trying not to information overload too much. We'll stick with the basics for now, but sure. There's a whole new section, which is the Revenant elite perks. There's elite perk systems for everybody. So we'll get into this. We don't have access to any of it at the moment, so back to the skill screen. So what happens is as you adventure and you gain points, you'll be notified that you have skill points here for a category, and then you can come in here and you can buy stuff. So within each column, there's a number of points that can be spent, and you have to reach the certain number in order to unlock the appropriate one. So 2, 6, 10, 14, and 18. You can't take the higher ones until you've spent enough points in the category. And what I mean by that is this one alone can have 5 points assigned to it. So you have to assign a certain number of points into the category before it's going to let you unlock certain things. So you got to decide where you want to kind of specialize initially in the early game. Which particular perks do you find valuable for the class that you're working with? So let's just look at a few of them on this guy. I can't go through them all. It'll take way too long, but I want to just kind of give an overview. So for the leader class, he kind of specializes in certain things. It doesn't talk about it here. I'm not sure I can get to a screen that shows kind of a synopsis of the 4 classes. But however, let's look at the bottom perks. So calm down. So rage increases the enemy's number of swings per attack up to 3. Rage also boosts their chance to hit and crit on each swing, and then Frenzy grants a chance to permanently increase the enemy's damage at the end of every turn. So that, I believe, is that hand, the red hand system. I don't know if the hands are indicating the rage. I think it's indicating the rage value for how many swings they're going to get versus Frenzy. But when zombies go Rage and Frenzy, that's a bad thing. They get stronger. That's the basics that you need to know. So this has the opportunity to calm them down. That's what the name of the perk is. So at level 1, there's no rage gain for 2 turns. At number 2, it's 3 turns, 4 turns, 6 turns, 8 turns. And you can't get the bottom 2 until you get 18 points into the neutralizer column. So applied effect on enemy undead. Enemy undead loses all rage and no longer gains rage for X turns. Calmed undead gain no frenzy. Then we've got dental work. So infected mercs cannot exceed 50% of their total hit points. So we get a big reduction in the infection mechanics. So target enemy gets the following: damage reduced by X, frenzy chance reduced by X, removed chance to infect, etc. So those are pretty big percentages at the top there that you can increase. And entangle, this is going to be a chance to stun. Vulnerability, double all damage against the target undead. So basically the leader identifies an enemy and says, kill that one, it's got this weakness, this weak point, and then everybody can get double damage against it. X% chance to also apply on a random adjacent enemy. So you will also have a chance to hit multiple enemies and allow you to get double damage against multiple targets. And then finally, Mass Calm. No rage gain. All undead in play lose their rage and no longer gain rage for X turns. So, a mass version of Calm Down. Then we've got Black Belt. More combat focused. Mercs can dodge, or cannot dodge or parry while using a shield. Enemy attacks on a shield always hit. Alright, so plus X% chance to parry. So we basically auto-applied on all leader mercs. Yeah, so every parry grants increased melee damage and restore 5% of stamina. Tai Chi, shield restrictions again. Every parry has a % chance to counter with a melee strike. Replenishment, restore X% of hit points. This is new. This is the healing. I think that's the infection one. Yeah, counter bleed and poison versus hit point restoration. Leadership didn't have these last time I played. These are new to the Content 7 update. X% of hit points at the start of your turn removes bleed. Double the amount of restored HP by replenishment when starting your turn below 25% of hit point total. And it's a passive effect. Okay. Combat medic, deploy medical supplies for 3 turns. Adjacent mercs gain the following benefits at the start of their turn. Restore hit points. Remove bleeding and poison. And finally, zombie rally. Initiative noise is reduced by 50% to 25. Initiative grants X% chance per leader in play for a random merc to attack a random enemy without consuming an attack turn. 10% stamina restored by initiative now restores 15% instead. Okay. So, middle one is mostly boosts and bonuses. And restore and countering poison and so on. Then we've got Rally Master, optimize loadout. All mercs in play gain accuracy, crit chance, and restore stamina. Quick reflexes, applied on a merc in play. Restore a used attack, X% chance to draw another quick reflexes. So it could replace itself. You could use it and a new copy would appear that you could also use. But that's really, really powerful. Restore a used attack. So you have an uber sniper set up with some huge rifle scoring headshots and just annihilating things. He takes a big shot on a boss. You could give him a second shot on the boss, that kind of thing. So used very tactically, it can be hugely important because usually the leaders aren't doing a bunch of damage. So that's basically giving you a chance for one of your heavy hitters to get another shot. Advance, X% chance to pull an enemy from threat at the start of your turn. Enemies spawn this way do not immediately attack. When triggered, distract a random enemy. So that's that extra enemy count to the right. This will let you pull them in. They don't get a free swing when they come in like they normally do. And it distracts a random enemy, which basically stuns them. Leadership, X% chance to inspire adjacent mercs at the start of your turn with, I don't know if it's all of those. Kind of looks like all of those. Melee damage, range damage, crit damage, and restore stamina. And then hurry up. Reduce cooldown. CD is cooldown. Restore 1 used attack on all mercs in play. Reduce cooldown of all skills currently on cooldown by X turns. That's huge. That's huge. That's why it's at the top of the list. That's probably one of the most critical of the leadership perks. Letting your whole team get an extra attack. And reducing the cooldown of all of their special abilities and traits. And it also clears stun. So, and if you can get it to the max level, it's going to reduce cooldown by 5 turns. Which I don't think most things go more than 7? I don't remember now. I want to say that's going to almost instantly make most of the perks available again right away. Because I don't remember the cooldowns going double digits. So, yeah. So you gotta decide. How are you going to build the character? How are you going to basically perk this thing out. All right. Yeah, 3 columns represent silent, generalist, and loud approach. Yeah, I can see that. It's different for each of the categories, kind of what the focus is going to be. But yeah, they're all totally different. I'm not going to cover these others until we get to them. But, you know, a lot of fun stuff in here. this is the meat and potatoes of the 4 different classes. This, combined with what weapon systems that you have them, and a lot of these perks are going to be tailored towards specific weapon types. So you'll know with certain classes, like these guys, the one that have the shield symbol here, the enforcers, those are the guys you give the big shields to. And they're your tanks. They draw aggro and just shrug behind their tank or their shield and absorb blows and get free tank swats back or free shield swats back and all sorts of stuff. I think shield and shotgun is what I remember using previously with these guys. Tactician and commando. Commando is your machine gunner type guy. Tactician, sniper, I believe, is the usual emphasis on the tacticians. So pyrotechnics, analyst, and surveyor. Yeah, it's got a rifle. Sniper rifle, bow, and crossbow. So that's the tactician's focus. Whereas this guy is, shotguns, and that's crit chance. Follow up any blunt melee attack against a stunned enemy with a free ranged attack. Oh yeah, that's right. Parry, power strike, iron grip. Hold the line. Shields. X% chance to restore a used attack when striking with a shield. So, you get the idea. Alright, let's spend a couple of points. So, we've got 5 points to spend. Pretty much, we're just locked into these bottom ones unless I want to climb a specific tree. Would love to get to hurry up, but, you know, some of this other stuff could be important. I'm not going to worry too much at this early stage about rage and frenzy mechanics, so I'm going to stay out of the neutralizer tree. It's just going to be me and maybe one other guy here in the near term, so... yeah, I think we're just going to climb the Rally Master tree for now. Okay, so we have spent points in the tree. You have to level the tree, and then once you qualify, you can spend any additional points to rank up that specific thing. So there's 2 different things going on here. I had to hit Specialize to level up this little tree symbol, or not tree symbol, but this little background highlight to the unlock status. Now I could spend these 2 points to increase this, or I could keep specializing to get closer to getting this unlocked. We're only going to get a 1% on this. I'm just going to keep specializing for now. We'll push a little higher, and then we'll spend the rest a little later. All right, we're out of points. Let's move on. The survivor list, what they do, gives you some background details. And then the lab, we can't get into the lab stuff right now, but again, 3 categories. Does different things. As you play, you actually can loot and learn. You get loot items that act as kind of like experience points for these categories, and then you can do certain things with them. You get the same thing for different weapon skills, where you get skill point drops, basically. I'll try to point them out when we see them. All right, enough of the general tour. We just got to pick some place to go. We either repeat or we try to push forward into a higher location. Let's repeat at least one more time. Pretty much the same info, but notice over here now we've got Jack. Shoots a random undead for 25 to 50% damage of total hit points. Creates a distraction, reducing noise by 100. So provides sniper coverage from a distance, dealing extra damage to a random enemy. Yeah, and we have 1 area intel point, so that's what the pulsing blue cross indication is telling me I have a point I could spend to level them up. Each of them can take up to 5 level ups. I'm not worried about the damage dealing capability right now. I think I'll level up Slade because he actually affects the merchanting stuff when we're at base. So let's go ahead and do him. All right, move. All right, 60 hit points, 14 damage, and 14 damage. Oh, go looking for, what is it, 15, 85, and 60. I don't need shields. Hey, we got some peanut butter. Yum, yum. All right. I can decide, do I want to go loud? At this stage, I kind of want to go loud. Oh, what did we get? I missed that. We got a master of something. Combat log. Oh, Master Wing Chun. Parry 300 enemy attacks. It must be global tracking for the achievements. All right. That's fine. I don't care about achievements. I never pay attention to achievements. There are a ton of achievements. If you're an achievement hunter, I don't remember where it shows it. You might have to see it from the... Oh, yeah, you can change the music tracks as well. I don't think there's a way for me to look at that in-game. But, yeah, there's a ton of achievements if you're somebody who enjoys that stuff. Okay, nothing special to know about. We'll just keep smashing them. Duffel bag. You hit me. I would love some explosives. Nope, we got junk.
I'll be taking this.
Looted supplies. 22 supplies. Surprise attack.
Mine now.
Let's wait till the last one's on the board, then we'll do that. No, I can do it every turn. It's fine. Switch to range. Get rid of Buckethead. Hey! Not supposed to do that. A silver spoon, how exciting. That one's got loot, so sure.
I'll be taking the
Killing spree.
Whoa, mail order katana. 15 damage. I mean, not much better than what we've got. Anything else about it? +5 parry chance, -7% stamina on melee attacks, and it's sharp, 15% chance to cripple. I'm trying to remember. How do I see the details on the weapon? I think it's all right in there. No, that's a blend. How do I see... I want to see the specifics on the pistol. I don't remember how to do it. Or I want to see the specifics on the shovel, actually. Not scroll up, scroll down.
all right.
Yeah, and it sent my other one. I don't remember how to do that. How do you do the comparison? Oh well. More ammo.
They never saw it coming.
Come on out. Oh, sure. Repair tools? Nope. Headshot. The guy with a box on his head. -70% chance to accuracy. Hit chance 9. And he lands the blow. That's hilarious. So that is, just keep hitting that every turn to draw these guys out. Don't kill the last guy. As soon as you kill the last guy on the board, it'll end if you're at the end of this pile. But that way I pulled the rest of these guys into the fight. Sure. Hey, we got a cork 9. And again, how do I compare? How do I know? There's got to be a way of comparing. I can't remember. Shift opens that screen. I guess that's just this. Whatever I have selected is what it's showing me the information on. All right. Control just hides it. Hides the pop-up. Tapping control just opens and closes the pop-up. It's showing me the info. I thought I could get a screen that showed just the info on the weapon, but it is showing me the specific info, because when I switch, the detail screen is changing for the basic info. And the rest of it's kind of buried in that section there. All right, I'm fine with it. It's not really an upgrade, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, let's just get moving again. Multiple bad guys. I'm going to keep trying for explosives. Hey, we got dynamite. Throw an explosive dealing 38 damage and half of that damage to adjacent minions. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nothing special about either one of them. Let's get a third guy in. Here's an adjacency thing. So now they're split in such a way that I couldn't get a hit on all three because of the medkit being in the way. So if the medkit wasn't there, I could toss the dynamite at this guy and it would hit these as well. So that's part of that adjacency stuff I talked about earlier. Backpack guy, so...
They never saw it coming.
Pretty food tray. Elite perk unlocked, Judo. Okay. So we have a point. Good times were had by all. And then I will also chop you up.
That's easy.
Careful, these guys are tough.
Don't really care. No gadget. So this is showing the modifiers that are currently in play from that main map screen that we looked at. We're not using sniper rifles, so it doesn't really matter. Things get... Whoa. That explosion is paying off.
Alright, you know what to do.
The dynamite jacked our area noise way up, which increases the chance of multiple enemies being pulled from the pile. So at 280, I think is what we were at a second ago, it pulled all 4 cards all at once. Good times. We're not really set up for fighting huge crowds yet. We don't have special abilities or secondary mercs to give us advantages. Things get fun later when it's the zombies' turn and they strike one of your guys and he gets to riposte and smash them, and then he gets a lucky roll and refreshes and gets to do it again, and you'll have like your defender guy wipe out an entire row of zombies just from him shield bashing everything to death that tries to hit him. Lots of fun stuff starts happening. So nobody's got special traits. They're all pretty much the exact same style. So let's just go for over here first. Work our way down. I don't remember not being able to get the loot. Usually when everything dies, the loot will stay there and you'll drag your character onto it to pick it up. I remember, I don't remember my first play long ago where that kind of thing used to happen, but I don't think that's still a thing where you can lose opportunity to loot. I'll leave this stuff out and we'll see what it does. I'm pretty sure it won't matter.
It's worth the prize.
So, and here we are where I can just grab everything. Alright, stuff and stats. Back to camp. Now, you'll only be able to repeat the same area. We're in tutorial mode at the moment still. But later, as you repeat an area, it steadily increases the difficulty. Moving to an adjacent area and doing missions there will then lower the difficulty back at that original one that you started out. So you got to kind of move around the map, shuffling from point to point, raising and lowering the various difficulty levels. But it's good to repeat areas because you build up those points that you can spend in the area to get bonuses and such. So there's our loot haul. We got the katana. We got a cork. None of it's too particularly important right now. We got a new perk point. Snipers again. They're going crazy on the snipers. 5% plus 5% chance to drop an armory upgrade card from kills with a sniper rifle. So that armory upgrade card is what I was talking about. So you would get essentially XP that you could spend here in the armory category if you got one of those. Alright, so yeah, we're up to 10 plus now, so it has increased. Squad power. And our squad power hasn't changed much because we haven't changed our gear and we haven't added anybody. So let's go to the gear screen, go to the merchant screen. Sell ammo, sell valuables. We got new consumables. We got anything you got in brown pack new, it'll highlight the category showing what you got. So we got 2 shields, so this is telling us that we can upgrade. Oh, why can I not upgrade my shields? Plastic shield, plastic shield. Both degraded. Are these not upgradable? Oh, these are not upgradable. All right, so that says upgradable. Sure, upgrade my bandages.
Awesome.
And upgrade my morphine.
Awesome.
And apparently I have a first aid kit. Sure, upgrade that too.
Awesome.
What the hell? Yeah, I do have 2 home medikits. Alright, we're just going to keep ratcheting up the... I mean, I really don't have the money to do this. I'm just doing it because, you know, show that it can be done.
Awesome.
So we just did, what, 4 upgrades of a single item up to its near final form. There's more above that, but we only have a single one of these, so we can't upgrade that one. But we just upgrade chained our way through from a standard bandage up to an office medikit. All right, no more pluses. Let's go ahead and I think when we looked at this guy, his perk section.
Time for some target practice. This will be easy.
Not new recruits.
Time for some target practice. Just need to reload and I'm ready to go. Time for some target practice. This will be easy. Time for some target practice.
No wonder I couldn't find how to get to that screen from that other screen. I wanted to say, I don't think there was a lot of weapon-specific info in here. I remember these guys being kind of pistol-focused, but none of this stuff actually specifically seems to tailor into pistols. This is almost all healing and such, and support. This is all manipulating the zombies' rage, frenzy, calm, etc. Huh. Some of the classes have had pretty significant reworks. Yeah, I don't see anything in here that really says you get bonuses for pistols or that it ties into it in any way. These are very different. I mean, blades. More blades, sharp weapons. So it's all about, the butcher is all about sharp weapons. Then gunner is, see, there's pistol. Urban gunslinger, full auto applies to pistols. Armor piercing ammo, field ammo, full auto. Huh. Alright. So yeah, that's why I'm a little hesitant to spend the skill points for this guy currently.
Time for
'Cause I don't know what
target
category I
practice.
want to put him in. He started with some pistol skill from his prior experience, so they boosted him. And this is where we're getting our additional grenade explosives damage. We got plus 6% because he's got 3 points in there from his prior training. So they're kind of wanting me to lean that direction, but I don't know if I want to. Alright, still not feeling the need to worry about it. We'll just let him sit. So gear, skills, nothing new there. Nothing on this list interests me over much. Or, I mean, this list. Ooh, an AK-47, 25% off. Green respirator. So it's color-coded, so that's an improved rarity or quality level. The Rev 45, 36 damage off that thing. Fires 2 shots per trigger pull. Crate of expired food. It's free. Do we buy an AK just to, you know, go bang bang? What were the I forget the mission list. Does it say we need to push forward? I think gas station's going to unlock one. Maybe, well, I need to get my power up so we can get our squad power. I could probably do the 9+ with our guy, but let's go ahead and grab, wow, 44 damage off the standard Krug assault rifle. That's level 3. 10 times 4. A lot of noise. 46 ammo. 11 times 4. That one's on sale. Does not jam. 95%. 2 ammo use on each attack. I think this will be enough. We'll stick with pistols for now.
Ah, this could be helpful.
Alright. Katana and pistol. I think that's all we'll worry about. Let's go ahead and push forward. It's got our squad power up to 8 with just that one change. We can see something different. Alright. So just Jack is going to be coming along for this one. We have no intel
much
points
to
because this
do.
is our first trip into this location. Off we go. Alright, what are we dealing with? 3 damage, 17 hit points, some rubble, and a medikit. We got an event card going to be pulled on the third one. Let's just go for ranged weapon. Use toilet paper. Okay. We've got just enough damage to kill him in one. I'll be a little more cautious because we've upped the damage level. I like explosives. Hey, we got a Molotov. Fire is super important. I can't understate the coolness of fire. Especially with the new weapon system that's been added that I'm hoping to try out. They've added flamethrowers to the game. So looking forward to trying the flamethrower. I'm not sure which character class it kind of keys into. One of them had a pyro tree, so I'm assuming that one. But yeah, fire is super important. If you look at the details, set target and adjacent enemies, adjacent undead on fire, making it burn for 10% of its total health. Now, the particular thing to understand is twofold. Total health. So if it starts with 100 hit points, it's going to do 10 hit points per turn that it burns. Now, where that really comes into play is when you get into the bosses. They're going to have thousands of hit points, and it could take you 30 turns of slashing it with a katana to drop that boss. But if you drop a Molotov on it, it's going to take 10% of its total health per turn that it's on fire. Huge saver of time, energy, resources is fire. So always be very careful to keep an eye out for things that do damage on total health. So you want to stack Molotovs and other things that have burn effects and then bring them in with you to specific missions, especially once you know where the bosses are. Yeah, we got flamethrowers now. Looking forward to it. Yeah, depending on what difficulty level you're on and how far in you are, the bosses can have, you know, a lot of digits in their hit point totals. It gets pretty crazy with the way it scales up. All right, I'm not worried about the number. I'm not going to try calling these guys in for this first fight, so let's keep it fairly quiet as long as I can keep killing things with one shot. Got a bite in on us, did he? An event. New recruit. Another Merc has been watching you from a distance and decided to join your operation. This Merc can now accompany you on any further missions. Hey there, Aiden. Who are you, Aiden? You are a tactician class. All right. So we're a leader class. He's a tactician class. Tactician class traits. All noise gain is reduced by 15% for each tactician in play. 10% chance to remove 150 noise at the end of every turn. +1 to max cards in hand. Parry chance, melee weapon, range. We'll look at his details on his prior service levels and such when we get out. All right. He's armed with, what, a hatchet and a pistol? 17 and 13 and 14 damage, which isn't quite enough to one-shot most of these things. And less noise off of that, of course. All right, cool. So we got two guys now. Let's go ahead and call in the next guy. Yeah, he can't quite get the kill unless he gets a crit, which is only a 10% chance. That is unfortunate. Let's just do... You chop, and you go get loot. And he takes a hit. Let's go for med supplies. Rotten steak. Hey, you can kill that one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gas Looter Sam. Gas Looter. 50% chance to explode if damaged by firearm, explosive, or burning damage. Explosion sets adjacent undead or flammable objects on fire. So this isn't a danger to me. This is going to damage adjacent zombies that might be in play if we shoot him. 50% chance. So we don't need to shoot him. He's the last one in the standard round setup, so I'm just going to chop him.
Killing spree.
I'll be taking this.
So it auto-looted some of that stuff. Left us the loot. A stone club. Sure. Area cleared. Next up. Alright, another gas guy. Nobody adjacent to him currently. I have two guys in play, so I could honk the horn twice to bring more out. Nope. Let's do this. Let's draw a selected card or stash until the end of this. What is the point of having this button? Oh, okay. You can, so I don't have to drag it out of my inventory. Dash it away. And you. Oh, another Molotov. Hell yeah, I want the Molotov. Not actually going to use the Molotov in this case. We're going to try to shoot this guy. Let's get somebody else out. Damn it! I wanted him over here. All right. Switch to you. Nope. Switch to you. Oh!
Killing spree.
It crossed the looted boxes. Wait a minute. I didn't expect that guy to take damage from the explosion. That seems weird.
Rains.
Gas looter Chris took 500 damage. We gained XP.
Rains.
I'm not sure why that guy died. Oh, well, right there. Who got the firearm attack? He didn't die from the explosion. He died from a firearm attack. Did we get a free attack? Where did that firearm attack come from? Ranged weapon parry. I think we got a ranged weapon parry off the tactician. Huh. All right. What do we got? Box on the head. That guy's on fire. So it shows the fire symbol here, and he's burning. Take 5% of total hit points at the end of a turn. I mean, that's not going to equal much on that guy. Revolver shoots twice. Oh, that is correct. Yeah, you're correct. I forgot. So when I shot with Vormithrax at the guy that was damaged, the first bullet killed him. Because a second round is going to be fired, it then auto-targeted. It's pivoted and swiveled, and it shot the second round at a different target because the first one had died. So yeah, that's what happened. Thanks very much for reminding me of that. I forgot about that. So where it says on range damage 18x2. So the first shot killed it. Second shot went after a different target. Makes total sense now that you have reminded me that that's a thing. I forgot about that thing. Okay. I like things that work the way that they're supposed to work. That's why I stopped to puzzle that out, because it looked odd at first. I was 90% sure that explosion wasn't supposed to go across, and it didn't. Okay, we got a lot of guys on the board. We got a lot of noise. A whole lot of noise. Because all the bang bang. Let's see. So it's 18 per. We're going to kill whoever. If I get him and we get lucky, he might take him with him. So. We missed on our second shot. Yeah. We missed our second shot. We tried to shoot Hungry Nikita. Or Hungry Nika. Which one's Nika? That's Nika. So yeah, we killed, we pivoted, shot that one and missed. Next person, only a single shot. That one does 3 damage, and that one does 3 damage on hit. So there are our targets. 18 and 17. I can't kill in either one. Let's go for the burning one. Dodged, 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 dodged. Fire damage applied. So much dodging. Hey, surprise attack. Choppity chop. Okay. Yeah, we really need to get our damage back up above the minimum necessary. Otherwise, it's really hard to maintain a killing spree for the extra XP. So we got to get him a better weapon as soon as possible. These two are the dangerous ones with the 3 damage each. Both of them have backpacks. Same problem as before. Let's go double shot with you. What is with missing the second shot? Do we have a less chance to hit on the second shot? I've missed consistently with that second shot. Still can't get enough damage no matter what. We can take one guy out though, so let's do that. Stiff Slayer, eliminate 2,500 undead. More meta progression achievement unlocks. Oh, I gotta get rid of stuff. Oh, it auto got rid of stuff. Either Stone Club, not gonna use you, not gonna use you, not gonna use you. Get all this stuff out of here. Okay, what do we got? What is that little down arrow thing? Shield drop. 50% chance to drop a shield on death. Oh, he's wearing it on his chest. Cool. I like visual representations, iconography. Like I said, I love the interface. The developer's done a great job of giving you lots and good details, and a lot of times just by the iconography, you'll know what's going on without having to, once you learn a few things. What is that? They're still dormant? That's fine. We got nobody else we can bring in. We've maxed out the noise level. No surprise there with the explosions and all the gunfire. Okay, so we can still kill. Took the double shot. We only did 18 on the... Oh, it's 36 total. 18 per. Yeah, I got to remember that. I should have taken the shot at one of these two instead. My bad. Must do math. Oh. 4? That guy hit me for 4. How did he manage 4? Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure why I got hit for 4 instead of 3. Weird. Still got, what, one more fight? One more fight. Rotting corpse pile. Alright, an environmental thing to be aware of. Flammable can be ignited, setting adjacent enemies on fire for 10% damage at the end of every turn. Plus 2 damage to adjacent undead at end of turn. Ah, that's not good. Let's go with explosives again. Oh, yes. Give me all the Molotovs. Oh, we're up to 142% explosion damage. This guy's got some explosion skill. Okay. He can take that one out. I really don't want to shoot that one yet. Let's just toss a Molotov up onto the corpses here. And...
Killing spree.
Watch your steps.
There's a choice. 34 damage and then half that to adjacent versus more Molotovs. I think I'm going to go for the Molotov. Give me a big old fat stack of Molotovs. Okay. Choppity chop.
No problem.
Another Molotov. Or is that the one I just got? Okay. missed the follow-up again. Gadget and supplies. Nothing and nothing. Well, actually, we got handcuffs. Lower Bree's stealing to 25%. Yeah, Bree does like to steal your stuff. That's funny. We don't have Bree in play yet. 13 and 15, huh? All right, 13 for you. 17 for you. And we're done unless I want to bring anybody else into play. Ah, don't quite have enough. Oh, didn't die.
Jack, now that the place is clear, let's grab the loot and head out.
More Molotovs, of course. Look at that. Beautiful. We're going to have to go back to the gas station a few more times just so I can stock up on Molotovs. We haven't seen any bosses yet. They're coming up. And it is awesome to have some Molotovs.
Don't worry, I got you covered.
Ned the Farmer has joined up. All right. New survivor. Hey, Ned. You want us to get your wife's ring? Can you retrieve her wedding ring? She doesn't need it anymore. Sure. We've made no I don't know how to get him his progress. I thought it was random for him to take the shots. Didn't see an option for me to tell him to take a shot. He hasn't taken any yet that I've seen. Okay, new Merc has joined. They can now be assigned to the mission squad and equipped with custom gear. And we got 10 points, 10 skill points to spend. 5 for each of the two guys we've got now.
Ready
Go do
when you
gear
are.
first. So, gear, sell valuables. Buy, nothing on sale. We'll take a look at this in a second. Ooh, a gas can gadget. 3% chance to draw a Molotov at the end of the turn. +1 draw chance if equipped on a tactician, which we do now have. Can be equipped in a gadget slot. We don't have the money for it currently. We're at 654. I'm not sure I could sell enough to get us to there. I'm definitely not going to need that. And +1 bonus XP for each unaware enemy on area clear. Maybe. No thanks. Sort by value. All right. Don't care.
Well, this certainly is a nice find.
All right, that got us up to 1100. Don't think I'm going to use the snubby or the wooden plank. I know I'm never going to use this stuff. Okay, 1241. Back to the buy screen. Now everything's lit up. All right, let's look at other things. So, we got our Molotovs. We don't have any upgrades to do because I sold all the duplicate stuff. There's our... Oh, that's that's a recruit that we can actually bring in. So we got the guy that joined us, the tactician, but now we also have a recruit. We don't have enough points to actually purchase him. We only have 62 rep. We need 150 apparently. So, but people are starting to show up. So that's the Enforcer class. Enforcer class, 5% chance to repair 20% durability on self and adjacent mercs at the end of a turn. 50% chance to avoid durability loss of non-shield weapons equipped on Enforcer Mercs. 5565 on prior combat training for shotguns, flamethrowers, and explosives. Really? I don't know if that means he's specific to flamethrowers. I think that just randomly gave him that one. Some vigor, some focus. +1 chance to select a second skill for draw. Alright. Yeah, we can't get him yet anyway. Let's go over to the skill screen. We got points to spend. So we got 5 points for our leader, and we got 5 points for our newly joined tactician. Leader first. So we climbed the tree here. We got 5 more points. I could max the loadout bonus. Well, I can't get the 4th and 5th until we put 18 total points, which means going to the top. But we could get it to 25%, or 5% chance for accuracy and crit chance. That's actually pretty substantial. Next up is quick reflexes. Use or restore a used attack. I think that might be more powerful. Small bonus that just keeps going, or one time important reuse a used attack. Yeah, I think I'm going to save for this. So let's go ahead and do specialize, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Now we've got it lit up in yellow there. 25% chance. Cool. Moving. Oh, we got 1 more point. Keep specializing. And going over here. So we haven't looked at this guy yet. So this is tactician, sniper basically. So taking a look at the chains, we got pyrotechnics. So he's a firebug. Perform regular tuning of all flamethrowers in combat, increasing their fuel capacity and stacking burn damage. Flamethrowers apply Inferno if trained. Dynamite. Okay. Dynamite explodes at the end of the enemy's turn. 51 damage to all enemies on board. What does the leveling of it do? I don't... What the hell does leveling that do? Is it just going to increase the damage? I'm going to guess it just increases the damage. Guess we'll find out when we get enough points to start putting into it. So starting at the bottom though, Oxy Fuel Welder, applied effect on enemy undead, set an enemy undead or a flammable area object on fire, X% damage of total hit points every turn. Stacks, burning enemies are blinded, reducing their chance to hit. Yeah, that's another pretty important thing if you can get fire on the zombies, especially the stronger ones, the mini bosses and bosses and such. Reducing their chance to hit can be pretty important. Alright, so yeah, all about Bernie stuff. Propane tank, destroy with a firearm. So you click on it to use it, it deploys a propane tank up into the zombie row, and then you shoot it with a firearm to make it blow up. Inferno is the one that tags with Firebug. X% chance to spread fire to a random adjacent undead, transferring its current burn damage. Nice. Alright, so it's all about fire. Over here we have reduce cooldown. Reduce the cooldown of all skills currently on cooldown by X turns. The Jenny. Deploy a portable generator in a random enemy slot with fuel to run for X turns. Each turn, Jenny emits 50 noise, distracting one enemy and lowering its rage by 35. Interact with Jenny to siphon a Molotov and reduce her fuel by 1 turn. 2 Molotovs can be siphoned from Jenny on any mission, and only 1 Jenny can be in play at a time. Okay, so that's the Molotov generator. Lure. Use a tactician to remove a corpse and rig an explosive lure in a random enemy slot. X% chance for adjacent undead to snack on the lure, exploding for 30 to 120% damage of total hit points. I love anything with total hit points. And causing 100 noise. I wonder if bosses are immune to the lure. 10% chance from additional corpses. Starts at, so it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All right, that's cool. Observer, draw a second copy. So draw a copy of the last played skill on the current mission. X% chance to draw a second copy. Must have room in the hand. Cannot draw itself. If a skill can be drawn, it will be listed here. All right. So that one's really powerful too. Especially if you time it well. If you play a really important skill and you have this queued up and available, you can basically get that skill back and then play it a second time. Which avoids the cooldowns and lets you do some really crazy things once you got a bunch of mercs. And finally, weak point. That's the identify a weak point at enemy target. Next critical hit against the target deals 1000% damage. Critical hit has a X% chance to spread this effect to a random adjacent enemy. Okay, so the damage is set. It's just a chance to also damage adjacent. Another really cool one. Smoke grenade. Applies a stacking X% blind. So it's going to reduce their chances to hit. Lead them away. You basically set an explosive. One enemy, minus 80 noise. 1 to 2 enemies, minus 160. 1 to 3, minus 240. All right. So it pulls heat off of the group. Tactical approach. Auto-applied on all tactician mercs. New enemy entering combat gets X% chance to cause no noise, skip their attack turn, and get distracted. That can be really powerful too. Flare gun. Just draw a flare gun at the start of your turn. Using the flare gun. Oh, okay, so the threshold to draw it gets lower the higher you raise it up, which lets you get the flare gun into play, which will let you to manipulate the noise level. Sometimes you want noise, sometimes you don't want noise, and this gives you a tool where you can have a choice. And then recalibration, auto applied, X% chance to restore a used attack on a critical hit with a sniper rifle, bow, or crossbow. So good stuff, pretty powerful. All right, so what are we going to go into with this guy? Fire, 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 support. Observer and tactical approach. Different trees are the ones I remember really relying on just for their general effects. I haven't done a real fire-focused one. I do want to do flamethrowers, but I don't know when we're going to see our first flamethrower. So maybe I'll go reduce cooldown with the Jenny to keep stacking up the Molotovs. And then eventually get the Observer for the second copy. And the weak point's also really powerful. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Analyst Tree. We started with some points in the tree, did we? Sure. Reduce cooldown by 2 turns. Alright, so we got 1 point left to spend. Specialize. Refund. Let's go ahead and take it to 3. Okay.